The Hollywood spotlight shines bright, but what is the true price of holding on to it? When perfection becomes an obsession, many stars find themselves in a labyrinth with no escape, trading their natural faces for soulless masks. Is this a brilliant rebirth or a tragic loss of self? Join us as we pull back the curtain on these costly truths. Drop a 1s in the comments if you're shocked by these transformations. Drop a 0 if you still choose natural beauty. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the haunting secrets we reveal next. Simon Cowell has long been recognized as an architect of musical aspirations, possessing a sharp gaze and the power to alter destinies with a single critique. For decades, he embodied absolute confidence and an impenetrable ego. However, when confronted with the unyielding tide of time, this influential figure turned to cosmetic enhancements, hoping to seize the youth of his golden era. Artificial signatures began to replace the etched lines of experience, resulting in an unfamiliar visage that lacked its inherent natural warmth. Yet the turning point of his awakening came neither from public scrutiny nor falling ratings, but from the innocent eyes of his young son. The moment the child recoiled in fear from a face that no longer held a father's familiar warmth was the ultimate wake-up call. It was then Simon realized that no artificial beauty could ever substitute for the profound connection of authentic emotion. His subsequent path has been a determined effort to shed those unnecessary layers, returning to a life of balance and respect for the laws of nature. Simon's journey is more than just a physical transformation. It is a lesson in the awakening of the spirit, rediscovering the core values of family and inner truth amidst the temptations of a hollow perfection. Linda Evangelista was once far more than a mere face. She was a living masterpiece, an intersection where elegance and feminine power converged on the world's most elite runways. To her, beauty was a radiant manifesto of professional excellence and self-worth. Yet within the labyrinth of perfection, where technological promises claimed they could freeze the very flow of time, she took a fateful step. It was a quest for the absolute through modern intervention, a desire to grasp a flawless ideal while forgetting that nature possesses its own intricate codes, ones that can never be truly overwritten by machinery or the fleeting whims of human desire. The turning point emerged when her body began a silent revolt against external interventions. Instead of the anticipated grace, this new reality transformed a global beauty icon into a stranger within her own skin. These unintended alterations erected a wall between her and the world of glamour, plunging the illustrious muse into a cage of silence and isolation. For years, she chose to retreat into the shadows, where the pain resided not only in her physical transformation, but in the shattering of an unyielding faith in the image she had meticulously sculpted before the lens of life. Yet from the depths of despair, a new Linda was reborn, not through the precision of a scalpel, but through the power of truth. Her courageous step back into the light, exposing both physical and emotional scars, was not an act of surrender to fate, but a direct revolution against the rigid standards of the beauty industry. She rose to reclaim the right to be her authentic self, even if that identity bore the undeniable marks of trauma. Today, she is no longer just a muse on glossy covers. She has become a beacon of resilience and courage. In the 1980s, Mickey Rourke was more than just a movie star. He was the embodiment of raw, wild energy, a rebel with an artist's soul, and a charisma that defied every convention of the era. Yet beneath that brilliant spotlight lay a heart-craving challenges far more visceral and unforgiving than any scripted role. The fateful turning point arrived when he walked away from the camera's glow to step into the professional boxing ring. In an arena where brute force reigned supreme, the violent collisions did more than just fracture his bones. They systematically dismantled the image of a global sex symbol. Mickey's true tragedy didn't stem from the punches thrown in the ring, but from the painful disconnect between his longing for restoration and the harsh reality of botched cosmetic procedures. He admitted to putting his trust in the wrong hands, leading to a transformation that left him a stranger to his own reflection. Each attempt to fix the damage seemed like a step backward, pushing the vibrant self of his past into the fading shadows of memory. In its place, a new face emerged, one heavily marked by suffering and the desperate, futile struggle to hold back the relentless tide of time. Now looking at him, the public sees more than just a veteran actor. They are staring at a living portrait of the confrontation between man and the erosion of time. Instead of trying to erase the traces of years with artificial tools that don't align with the soul, true authenticity lies in how we embrace our own flaws. His transformation serves as a profound reminder an individual's core value is not found in the perfection of their outer shell, but in the courage to face their own brokenness and continue writing new chapters for their life, even when the self bears scars that can never be erased. Jessica Alves is more than just an individual seeking a change in appearance. She is a symbol of an era where the human body is treated as a laboratory for bold ideas about gender identity. Her journey of shedding a traditional masculine mold to transform into a vibrant icon of femininity is a true revolution in biological structure. This isn't merely a superficial change, but an effort to redefine her very existence through the language of precision. Each procedure is a new brushstroke on the canvas of identity, a testament to how in this modern age, the boundary between reality and inner aspiration can be blurred through sheer will and the monumental advancements of body technology. With massive investments poured into a total overhaul from the skeletal frame to every cell of skin, Jessica's body has become a literal battlefield. It is a place where the fierce longing for flawless beauty constantly clashes and converges with the limits of physical reality. The obsession with an absolute ideal has swept her into an endless vortex of reconstruction where every step demands extraordinary endurance. The danger lies not only in unpredictable medical variables, but also in the thin line between the pursuit of true happiness and a dependency on external intervention. In the eyes of the public, Jessica Alves is both an object of endless curiosity and a silent warning about an era where technology can manifest any fantasy. She exists as an entity representing the intersection of humanity and installation art, while simultaneously serving as a mirror reflecting the dark side of vanity. Are we gradually losing ourselves in a labyrinth of reflections where artificial shells begin to overwhelm the breath of nature? Her story is more than just a personal journey. It is a profound reminder for us all to find harmony between the desire for change and the appreciation of our original selves. The one thing that needs no modification to be truly unique. Joan Van Ark was once the sweetheart of the American screen, an icon of elegance and talent during the golden age of television. However, her vast artistic legacy is now sometimes overshadowed by whispers regarding the startling transformation of her face. Though she has never publicly confirmed it, the traces of excessive skin tightening and the loss of soft, natural expressions tell a different story, one of a deep-rooted fear of being forgotten. It is not merely the natural process of aging, but a disfigurement born from extreme efforts to obstruct the relentless flow of time. Through the lens of medical intervention, her face seems to have lost the warmth and depth of a soul rich with experience. Instead of letting her wrinkles tell the story of a brilliant life, She opted for a rigid mask, where vanity seemingly triumphed over wisdom. This is a quiet, yet powerful lesson in acceptance. When we are too consumed by the fear of no longer being desired, we inadvertently lose the very thing that creates true attraction: authenticity. Today, Joan lives a more reclusive life, leaving behind a haunting warning for those standing before the mirror, questioning the cost of clinging to a past that has long since drifted away. Pixie Fox is more than just a beauty seeker. She is an architect, striving to restructure the very definition of human existence. Her ambition doesn't stop at conventional standards, but reaches into the world of illustration, where legendary cartoon characters reign supreme. To manifest that illusion, Pixie committed to a mechanical overhaul of her body, where natural skeletal structures were forced to give way to surreal curves. Altering her bone structure directly was not merely a medical procedure. It was a manifesto on shattering biological barriers to achieve an extreme aesthetic form. She positions herself as an ambassador for an era where the body can be molded like clay, turning every breath into an assertion of the will's power over nature. Yet behind those astonishingly slender lines lies a quiet message about sacrifice and the fragile boundaries of health. In recent years, Pixie Fox has chosen to retreat into her private space, leaving behind an unfinished debate: should we trade the pulse of real life for an eternal image born of imagination? Her story stands as a testament to just how far a human being will go in the quest to reach the unthinkable and reshape their very existence. In the world of high-energy comedy, Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, was once a blazing fire defined by his signature red hair and boundless energy. But as the shadows of time began to loom over his career, the public noticed a strange transformation in the artist's face. The wrinkles of experience seemed to have been replaced by a smooth, polished surface, devoid of the natural fluctuations of emotion. Though he has always maintained that his new appearance is the result of ironclad discipline and rigorous physical training, the stark contrast between his booming voice and a static face has drawn a mysterious veil over his public image. The irony lies in the fact that a man who dedicated his life to making the world laugh now leaves his audience questioning the authenticity beneath that taut exterior. Carrot Top's face is more than just an aesthetic change. It has become a symbol of the struggle to maintain a frozen image in the heart of glamorous Las Vegas. Though he continues to take the stage night after night, bringing joy to thousands, the question of the truth hidden behind that mask remains a quiet, somber note. It is a lesson that when we strive to preserve a perfected version of the past, we inadvertently lose the most genuine vibrations, the very things that serve as the soul of every smile. Blondie Bennett isn't just chasing a physical aesthetic. She is yearning for a revolution of consciousness, erasing complex thought to become a silent, mindless icon. She views intellect and memory as burdens, actively shedding them to seek a paradise of emptiness. This is a state of absolute simplicity detached from emotion and the pressures of reality, where only form and color remain. Her story is more than a bizarre transformation of appearance. It raises a profound question about the core value of an individual in an era dominated by illusions. The story of Blondie Bennett serves as a chilling metaphor for modern society. The most terrifying transformation is not the one occurring on the surface, but the voluntary abandonment of intellect and selfhood in the pursuit of shallow illusions. Losing the capacity for self-awareness and spiritual depth turns an individual into a brilliant but soulless icon, blurring the line between true existence and empty presence. It is a stark warning about the price paid when we sacrifice core human values at the altar of superficial standards. As the line between perfection and illusion fades, are we finding our true selves, or are we erasing our identity with our own hands? Every scar tells a story, but do these artificial faces speak of aspiration, or a deep-seated fear of being forgotten? Would you choose the beauty of time, or the smoothness of a mask? Share your perspective below. We look forward to these multidimensional conversations. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join us in decoding the next mysteries of the spotlight. Thank you for riding with us. See you on the next journey.